All right, now we're in the passenger side. I'm trying to do a microfilter, which is your cabin filter. This is what we're going to be working with down here. The cabin filter is going to be behind this little panel. There is a T20 in there, but we also have to take off this panel right here to be able to knock that one out of the way. And there should be one right here, T20, and one down right here, T20. So we'll get that out of the way. Alright, so this comes out. This little guy I like to unplug. Sometimes it's hard to get unplugged, sometimes it's not. But that guy can just sit to the side. I already got this bolt out. There's going to be two different kinds. Someone's been in here before. Originally, the ones that have the little washer on it are the ones that go straight up, and then this one that doesn't have a washer on it is the one that goes straight into the panel. You just pull off. Sometimes different models don't have this little vent here that you can just pull from the bottom, but it'll come right off and then it hooks, so pull back. I do like to unplug the light, so this one has a little button. The other models, pretty much you have to give it a little snug tag, so get that out of the way as well. Then we have this little door right up here. There's a little flap. Push that, slide it open. So once you have that little flap open, it doesn't really like to stay open, but it doesn't lock closed either. I get a little bit of needle nose pliers and I grab the top one, pull that out. And then with the second one, I like to push in, lift up, push in, lift up. So it kind of gets that second one a little bit out. Then you can pull the second one out and reinstall the new one. So the new ones, always make sure on your new ones, some of them will have these little plastic dots on the bottom. Those were made because the AC box would contain water and they needed a way to lift up the microfilter out of that water and then for it to properly to drain. So earlier models had the little dots, some of them don't, but always just double check. It is going to have the arrows for which way it's going to flow. So I always make sure that the flow is going towards the person in the car. And like I said, with those little dots, that one is going to be the bottom one. But since this one doesn't have it, as I can show you, it doesn't have the little dots. So it doesn't matter if it's a top or a bottom. But what I do is get the very end of it, flap that door open, slide it all the way in, give it a good push, and then straight down. So push and then push it down. So that's the bottom one. And then we got the second one, arrows forward. I like to put that one in at an angle, go from the top, push down so that it kind of goes in straight. And then close the door, you'll hear a click. And then that's it for a microfilter. Make sure that you plug in your light going in. Click that in. The two hooks are right here, right. So you can see this is a hook right here, and then this is a hook as well. So those ones will hook in down here, right here, and into here. And then to push it on, there's going to be a tab right here that this one kind of hooks onto. So there, there, and there. But the hardest part is pretty much getting them into the hooks in the back and then pushing, giving it a good snug on there so it's nice and flush. We'll be putting that one in there. This guy, don't forget to plug in this little guy. I've heard where it has caused a light to come on the dash, and then some other people were saying that it's also a security alarm where I guess they had a police were notified. I don't know. I don't believe so. But just so you're aware of that, plug in the little blue guy and then screw in the 2 bolts that go over here, and you're all done with the microfilter.